In the headlines, Bandits Abduct Bride, wedding guest in Sokoto Village raid. NDLEA uncovers drug syndicate, seizes narcotics hidden in Christmas cookies. Federal government reaffirms commitment to North-East education. And away from Nigeria, prominent Tunisian opposition figure arrested amid capital protest. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Mariam Idris. Now, armed bandits on Saturday night abducted a bride, her bridesmaid, and several well-wishers in Sokoto Village, Wurundo local government area of Sokoto State, disrupting preparations for a wedding scheduled for the following morning. The attackers reportedly invaded the community around midnight, firing sporadically before whisking away the victims. Women who had gathered to support the bride were among those taken. The Sokoto APC chairman, Isa Sadiq Achida, confirmed that villagers were abducted but could not verify whether the bride was among them or provide the exact number of victims. Efforts to reach the police Public Relations Officer DSP Ahmad Rufai were unsuccessful. The incident comes just hours after a ransom of 4 million naira and a motorcycle was reportedly paid for the release of earlier kidnapping victims in Raba town, heightening concerns over escalating insecurity across Sokoto State. Sokoto Village, the hometown of the Sokoto State Commissioner for Special Duties, Shehu Alhaji Chacho, has emerged as the latest target in a series of kidnappings affecting surrounding communities. Residents says fear has become a constant companion following repeated attacks. A local resident, speaking anonymously, described the raid as heartbreaking, noting that women, children and the elderly fled into nearby bushes as the gunmen operated freely without resistance. The bandits have not contacted the bride's family or community leaders with any demand, leaving relatives distressed and uncertain about the victims' fate. Authorities have yet to issue an official statement, while residents are pleading for urgent government intervention. Still on insecurity, parents of the abducted pupils and teachers of St. Mary's Catholic schools in Niger State have accused the government of abandoning them as their children remain in captivity 8 days after the attack. More than 200 distressed parents gathered at the school premises on Saturday to register their names and those of their missing children. Many expressed frustration, saying neither state nor federal officials had visited or contacted them since the abduction. Bandits invaded St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri, Aguara local government area on November 21st, kidnapping over 300 pupils and 12 teachers. About 50 pupils managed to escape after 2 days, but the majority are still with their captors. Despite repeated assurances from government authorities that special security teams have been deployed, parents say they have seen no concrete action. Some carried placards reading "Bring back our girls," "Is education a crime?" and "Our girls and teachers are still in captivity." The director of communication of the school, Reverend Father Stephen Okafo, said the government directed the registration exercise. Another priest, Father Linus Aregi, confirmed that 215 parents and guardians had registered since Friday, supervised by officials of Aguara local government area and the Catholic diocese. Many parents said they were pained by claims suggesting the abductions never occurred. Now, residents of Dai in the Malumfashi local government area, Katsina State, took to the streets in jubilation following the release of Nazra Abdullahi, a former vice chairman of Malumfashi local government area council who spent 103 days in captivity. Abdullahi was abducted on August 14, 2025 in his hometown by unknown gunmen. Trust TV's Abdullahi Yamadi reports from Katsina State.
A ransom of 8 million naira was reportedly paid to secure Abdullahi's release. Following his freedom, He was rushed to a hospital for medical evaluation. Although weak and exhausted, Abdullahi has been certified fit and free from diseases. While recounting his ordeal, he described horrific conditions endured during captivity, including being chained on hands and legs, beaten, and often left without food or water for days. He recalled a particular desperate moment when a woman and her daughter asked for his urine to quench thirst, and admitted drinking from his own urine to survive under the scorching sun. He continues to recover from wounds sustained during captivity, particularly on his knees.
I spent 103 days with Chen. See, I was Chen, all my 2 legs. There was a time when my legs and my hands were Chen. So I just slept. Then if you want to, you have to seek permission before they'll bring you a key. They will throw the key. You open yourself, unlock yourself, and go and urinate. I was beaten. That's what they call kashashan. Whether you say no or yes, you want to drink chai, that's beating. Whether you like it or not, you must drink the chai, that is beating.
Abdullahi urged authorities to strengthen efforts to engage with bandit groups and communities, stressing that sustainable communication could help guarantee lasting peace. His wife, Bilkis Yusuf, alongside friends and well-wishers, expressed profound gratitude for the prayers and support that contributed to his safe release.
The situation was pathetic, but we thank God for the safe return of our loved one. We also thank friends and well-wishers for their prayers and encouragement. Security agencies and government have played their part.
My father is a man of the people. Though he was absent, his community supported us. Today, we are happy and grateful. The victim's father is my elder brother. I am overwhelmed with gratitude to God, and words cannot express our joy. We thank God for everything. Security experts are calling for a holistic approach to address banditry, including sustainable communication, reconciliation, rehabilitation, reintegration, and empowerment programs for affected households. Abdullahi Isumayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Now, troops of Operation Mesa under 3 Brigade, Nigerian Army have rescued 7 persons abducted during a bandit attack on Yankamaye Chikengari village in Tsanya local government area of Kano State. This was disclosed in a statement on Sunday by the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, Captain Babatunde Zubairu. According to him, the attack occurred on November 29th at about 11 p.m. when a large number of bandits stormed the community, abducting 10 residents and killing a 60-year-old woman. Zubairu said troops acting on a distress call immediately mobilized alongside police operatives and pursued the bandits along the withdrawal route towards Rimaye. He said the security team engaged the attackers with a high volume of fire and successfully rescued 7 of the abducted victims. The commander of the 3 Brigade commended the troops for their swift response bravery and professionalism during the operation. He also urged residents to continue supporting security efforts by providing credible and timely information to assist ongoing operations. And troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army have killed 4 armed militia members and recovered assaulted weapons during an operation in Usman Village, Karim Lamido local government area of Taraba State. According to a statement issued on Sunday by Lieutenant Umar Muhammad, Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, the operation was launched following credible intelligence on renewed clashes between the Shomo and Wurkan communities over a long-standing land dispute. The violence has reportedly led to armed confrontations and the burning of houses. The army said troops came under attack shortly after arriving in the area, triggering a brief firefight in which 4 militia members were neutralized. A sweep of the scene led to the recovery of 3 Dane guns, 1 fabricated AK-47 rifle, 25 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, and 2 motorcycles. A police officer found operating alongside the armed militia was also arrested and is currently under investigation to determine his level of involvement. Commander 6th Brigade Sector 3 Operation Wildstroke, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidebere Uwa, commended the troops for their swift response and professionalism. He reaffirmed the brigade's commitment to restoring stability in Taraba State, urging residents to support ongoing security operations with timely information. The statement added that operations under Operation Peace Shield, Operation Lafia Nakuwa, and Operation Zafin Water will continue across the state. Again, troops of Operation Hadinkai have rescued 12 teenage girls abducted by Boko Haram ISWAP in Musa District, Askira Uba local government area of Borno State. The Nigerian Army confirmed that the girls, aged 15 to 20, were kidnapped on November 23rd while working on family farmlands. They have been moved to a secure military facility for medical care and psychological support. The Army praised the troops' swift action and commended security partners and local informants for the intelligence that enabled the rescue. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have uncovered and dismantled a sophisticated social media-based drug distribution network in Lagos, arresting 2 masterminds and intercepting large consignments of illicit substances disguised as imported Christmas cookies and snacks. According to a statement signed by NDLEA's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, the syndicate imported Canadian loud cannabis in colorful snack packaging to disguise retail quantities of the drug. The substances were reportedly sold and distributed through a WhatsApp network. In one Lagos operation, 38-year-old Philip Ucheka was arrested in the Ladipo area of Mushin while receiving 110 pouches of Canadian loud weighing 55.6 kg. 3 delivery vehicles used for distribution were also seized. At a courier company in Lagos, officers intercepted 100 grams of loud concealed inside a teddy bear imported from Thailand. The following day, 548 capsules of tramadol hidden in bottles of vitamin C and magnesium destined for the United Kingdom were also recovered. NDLEA operations in other states led to multiple arrests and seizures. NDLEA stated that these arrests underscores its determination to dismantle drug networks and prevent traffickers from exploiting creative concealment methods. Now, the Muslim community in Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Friday held the 17th annual commemoration prayer for more than 4,700 victims of past crises in the area and across the state. The prayer session, which took place every November 28, was held at the Jos Central Mosque and began with the recitation of the Holy Quran for the repose of those who lost their lives following the 2008 local government election violence. Ado Musa completes the report.
The yearly gathering brings together religious leaders, families of victims, and community members who come to pray for divine mercy on all who die in the series of conflicts that have affected Plateau State over the last 2 decades. Community members recall that the crisis, which began in 2001, claimed thousands of lives, men, women, young people, and the elderly across several local government areas. At a prayer session, community leaders described November 28 as a symbolic day set aside to honor the memory of those who died during the years of unrest.
We lost our people. We lost so many of our people. If you come to this mosque at that time, you will not meet not less than 300 to 400 corpses here left. So when we calculate all the missing, all we lost, we decide not to do anything but to tell the Almighty Allah to pray for them. All those that left, we pray for them, for Allah's forgiveness. We have lost a lot of properties. We have wounded people whom lie in the hospitals. We have those being arrested and prosecuted with no reason.
Like for instance, here in Jos, I remember during the 2008 election, we have buried over 100 Muslims. The grave is there at Rousseau. If you go there, the grave is there. Many Muslims were buried. And I can also remember in Kuruk Arama, over 150 Muslims were drawn into the well. I was part of those that excavate those corpses. If you go, the record is there. Go and check Al Jazeera. They make the report. One of those that excavated all those Muslims into. So, and then the issue that there was genocide on Christian. It is not only Christians that were affected. Many Muslims were killed only because the Muslims don't talk.
Leading the prayer, Madam Hamis Umaru said the session remains important for the healing of affected families and the state.
Saboda mun ga masifu daban-daban wanda suka faru a baya.
The community has witnessed many violent incidents over the years and pray for Allah's mercy on the departed. We pray for unity and lasting peace in the state. Development is impossible without peace among people of different ethnic and religious backgrounds. Plateau State has long grappled with ethno-religious tensions that have resulted in loss of lives and destruction of property. Authorities at both state and federal levels say efforts are ongoing to restore and sustain peace.
This is the news update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Federal government reaffirms commitment to Northeast education. More news when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news update on Trust TV. Now let's take a recap of our major stories again. Bandits Abduct Bride, wedding guest in Sokoto Village raid. NDLEA uncovers drug syndicate, seizes narcotics hidden in Christmas cookies. Now moving on to more stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to prioritizing education in the Northeast, despite Boko Haram's campaign against Western education. Speaking at the 50th anniversary of the University of Maiduguri and during the presentation of honorary awards, VP Shettima highlighted that the FG has allocated 3.5 trillion naira to strengthen the education sector. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum commended the university's contributions to national development and announced 220 scholarships for postgraduate students.
It inspires that we turn our thoughts to the theme of this celebration: education, leadership, and national development. It is an invitation for us to reflect on the connection between what we learn and the nation we aspire to build. It calls us to rethink the boundary between the knowledge we acquire and the measure of progress we hope to achieve. In societies like ours, True development depends on our ability to understand the relationship between what we teach, how we live, and the collective vision we pursue as a people. Today, there is a shared national understanding that education is the most reliable vehicle for development. It is the immune system of the nation. It fuels economic mobility, lifts families out of poverty, strengthens social cohesion, deepens democratic culture, and fortifies national security.
And that we will continue to support the university in every way. Yesterday, during my address remarks at the convocation ceremony, I announced I want to scholarship to 220 lecturers from the University of Tunisia to pursue various doctorate degree programs. 100 of the candidates will have the opportunity to study abroad, while 100 of the candidates will have the opportunity to study within Nigeria. These 200 lecturers shall be indigenous of Borno State.
Now, the People's Democratic Party has dismissed former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido's demand for the dissolution of its newly elected National Working Committee and the installation of a caretaker leadership. Lamido, who challenged the Ibadan National Convention in court, had issued a 10-day ultimatum for the party to resolve its internal crisis, but PDP spokesperson Ini Ememobong said Lamido's call contradicts the party's constitution and the ongoing court proceedings. Ememobong noted that multiple factions have secured different court rulings now before the Court of Appeal, and the PDP cannot set up a caretaker committee not recognized by its constitution. He added that reconciliation efforts are ongoing, but it is up to aggrieved leaders to accept them. Now, 150 IDPs in Adamawa State have received goats, chicks, and sewing machines to help them build stable incomes and reduce long-term reliance on aid. The beneficiaries, mostly young people drawn from the camps and settlements across the state, completed training in practical skills and small-scale business management. The project came from the Catholic Diocese of Yola in partnership with supporting organizations. The report.
After months of training, 150 displaced people from different camps in Adamawa State gathered for their graduation. They have lived on donations from politicians, wealthy individuals, NGOs, and faith-based groups for years. The training aims to cut this cycle of dependency by giving them skills they can use to support themselves. The Catholic Diocese of Yola, working through the Justice, Development and Peace Commission and its partners, handled the training.
We have trained them in order to be engaged in different kinds of activities. And so 150 of them, and we are empowering them with different items that will help them in order to start their life and build their own future. The support is coming through our collaboration and cooperation with Mission Tech Hut. We have been in partnership for the past 10 years. So.
Some participants received chicks and feeds. Others got scholarships, goats, and sewing machines. The beneficiaries say the support gives them a chance to provide for their families.
Actually, what I've received will make a better change in my life because I've received a sewing machine which I will use it, and I believe that it will last, and through that I can solve something that I can be able to take care of some of my needs and even assist my younger ones, especially with their school fees, and even assist my family members with other needs.
Because I was once planning to buy, but now Mission Tech has given me the opportunity to have it without paying anything. So I think I can take care of them, and I really appreciate it.
For years, the diocese and its humanitarian arm have supported people displaced by conflict and disasters across the state. Gibson So Adugo, Trust TV News, Yola.
In business, stakeholders in Nigeria and Canada says the long-requested establishment of direct flights between both countries could unlock billions of dollars in trade, strengthening investment flows and significantly boost cargo movement. Their position was highlighted at the 3rd Annual Nigeria-Canada Business Association, NCBA, Business Roundtable held on Thursday, where diplomats, private sector leaders and trade experts examined pathways for deepening bilateral economic ties. Although both governments announced a code-sharing arrangement in March 2025 to improve aviation efficiency, the agreement does not amount to direct air service. At the time, the special advisor on digital media to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Benga Saka, said discussions remain preliminary and would require the designation of airlines by both governments. Speaking at the forum, the Deputy High Commissioner of Canada to Nigeria, Carlos Rojas Arbulu, said enhanced air services, especially the pending direct flight agreement, are essential to expanding trade and easing mobility between the two countries. And on the foreign scene, police in Tunisia have arrested a leading opposition figure, Chaima Issa, during a protest in the capital on Saturday. Her arrest comes just a day after an appeal court issued a prison sentences of up to 45 years to a group of opposition leaders, businessmen and lawyers. In a ruling widely seen as evidence of President Kais Saied's increasingly authoritarian rule, they were convicted of conspiring to overthrow him. Moments before she was detained, Issa and 2 other convicted politicians urged the country's fragmented opposition to unite and intensify demonstrations against Saied. Issa, who received a 20-year prison sentence, has dismissed the charges as unjust and politically motivated. And with that, we have come to the end of the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news. I am Maria Medris. Thank you for watching.